Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking Pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings Girls game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome back to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight the 10-1 Viking girls are getting ready to get back into Dunn St. Croix Conference play as they take on the 5-4 Spring Valley Cardinals in Game 2 of our basketball doubleheader. The Vikings are coming off a 58-43 win over the Fall Creek Crickets on Monday, while the Cardinals are coming off a 53-38 win over the Shatek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs on Tuesday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Spring Valley Cardinals and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Serrar's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll send it back out to Colfax High School, where we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's second game of our boy-girl doubleheader. So, it's time to get ready for some exciting high school girls basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Meet the Scan. A simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. We're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's girls basketball game between the Spring Valley Cardinals and the Colfax Vikings. This is Game 2 of our basketball doubleheader. Now, the Vikings are looking to keep building following their 58-43 non-conference win over the Fall Creek Crickets on Monday. In that game, the Vikings were able to overcome a cold first half by turning things around in the second half and playing strong defense while working their way back to gain victory. Now, leading the way for the Vikings in scoring was sophomore McKenna Shipman, who hit 6 of 15 field goals and 1 of 4 three-pointers for 15 points. Following Shipman was Maddie Barstead, who picked up 13, while Emily Bertram Schofield added another 10. Thus far this season, the Vikings are led in scoring by Shipman, who's averaging nearly 15 points per game. She's followed by Barstead, who's putting up almost 11 points per game. Also leading contributors include Emily Bertram Schofield with nearly 10 points per game, as well as Jillian Bovey and Jasmine Best, who are adding over 6 points per game. The leading rebounder for the Vikings this season is also Shipman, who's pulling down nearly 8 boards per game. Now, last Tuesday, the Cardinals defeated the Shatek Weyerhaeuser Bulldogs. Unfortunately, we don't have any scoring figures from that game, but currently leading the way for the Cardinals on the season is sophomore guard Mara Ducklow, who's averaging 14 points per game. She's followed by Charlie Vanis and Haley Thomas, who are putting up around 7 points per game. The leading rebounder for Spring Valley is also Thomas, who's grabbing nearly 10 boards per game. Vanis is pulling down nearly 7, while Ducklow is grabbing just over 5 rebounds per game. In this game, it appears as though the Spring Valley Cardinals will have their hands full, but they're playing as though they feel they're up to the task. The Cardinals average 43 points per game, which is just a few points over what the Vikings allow at 41. The Cardinal defense gives up 51 points per game, but here's where the Vikings have the advantage as they score over 60 points per game. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Courtney Serrar on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking girls head coach Courtney Serrar. And Coach, back on Monday, the Vikings faced a stiff test with Fall Creek Crickets team where the girls got off to a slow start, but they kept things together and it came out successfully winning 58-43. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, like I said after the game, we got off to kind of a slow start. I think they had a slight advantage because they had played, a game or two over the break and we had not. But I was proud of the way that our girls responded second half. I challenged them, to pick up the intensity and, play the level of defense that I know that they're capable of playing, and they responded well. And, Fall Creek had a hard time scoring in the second half, and, luckily we were able to put in a few more layups, and the outcome was positive. So it was a great win for us to add that, beat them, they're in our half sectional. So it was an important game for us, for the playoff runs. So.
Now, this was the second game in a row where the girls got off to a really slow start with some cold shooting and so on. Does this concern you, or can it be chalked up to the strange schedules and inconsistent routines of the holiday season?
Yeah, I'm not really concerned. There's definitely some things that I think could come back to bite us in the butt later on, missed layups and, poor free throw percentage. But, our championship defense, helps keep us in the game. But we've talked a couple times about the fact that there's going to be a game later on where that's not going to be the case. So we have to make sure that we, kind of clean those things up and make sure that we come ready to play from the start. But yeah, I think the, different start times and, long holiday break could attest to, that it was just a, fluke for us or whatever. And I think, once we get more into the swing of the things now that January is a full game schedule with some consistency, I don't think we'll see that as often. So,
well, tonight the Vikings take on the 5-4 Spring Valley Cardinals. The Cardinals just knocked off Shatek Weyerhaeuser by a score of 53-38. And although the Vikings haven't had too much trouble with the Cardinals in the past few years, it appears as though this year's Spring Valley team isn't going to just roll over for you. So what can you tell us about the Spring Valley Cardinals?
Yeah, they have some, good kids who are definitely capable of playing well. They number 20, Mara Ducklow, she's their leading scorer. We're definitely going to have to do a good job. I told, Jazzy, she's done an excellent job on the last two really great guards that she's had to defend, and I imagine we'll see the same thing from her. She's, kept them way under their scoring average, and she's just a hard-nosed defender. So I think Jazzy will frustrate her. But then they also have two big inside kids, so Maddie and, Kenna and Jeanette Ainsley are going to have to make sure that they come ready to play. They have a couple kids who are averaging, double digits in scoring, and the conference's leading rebounder. So we have to make sure that we, box out and make them take one tough shot, and then that's all that they get. So I think everybody's going to have to make sure that they come ready to play and come ready to do all of the little hard-nosed things that it's going to take to win tonight.
Now, the Vikings so far this season have been pretty fortunate on the injury front, and we'll knock on wood on that one. How are the girls health-wise and physically? Are they all good to go?
Meadow is the only one who is still suffering from that, pretty significant ankle sprain against Boyceville. But, like you said, knock on wood, everybody else is healthy, and we haven't, had any injuries thus far. So I'm hoping we can keep it that way.
Well, Coach Serrar, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will be able to keep things rolling in the Dunn St. Croix Conference.
Yes, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to get back into Dunn St. Croix Conference action by keeping their conference record unblemished. On the other hand, the Cardinals would like to keep themselves in the thick of the conference race, as a win tonight would put them only a half a game out of first place. So the stage is set for some exciting high school girls basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it back out to Colfax High School, where Dan Petchow and I will bring you all the action of Game 2 of tonight's basketball doubleheader as the Colfax Vikings take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. That's all coming up. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
And now the starting lineup for your Colfax Vikings.
Well, it looks like we are ready to get things rolling here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson back with you, along with Dan Petchow, Jeff Gust. We're here for the long haul tonight, and this is Game 2 of our doubleheader.
You know, I think my seat right here is formed right to me now.
I think there's dents in the bench there just for you. All right, here we go with the starting tip. Vanis jumping against Shipman, and Spring Valley controls the tip. They get it into the lane. Shot goes up and in by Charlie Vanis. Hannock, Vanis, Ducklow, Flanders, and Thomas are out there for Spring Valley. Bertram Schofield with it, kicks it out high. Now they're at the top of the key with Best for the Vikings. Same regular starting five for the Vikings. Feeding into the lane to Barstead, who lays it up and in. And we're tied at 2. Spring Valley brings it down the floor. Feeding it over to Flanders on the left. Then out to the free throw line. Shot goes up, no good. That shot was by Thomas. And down the floor comes Barstead. Puts up a three-pointer off the glass, no good. Rebound being fought for underneath and taken away by Spring Valley. Hannock with it. Feeds it over to the left side. Three-pointer on the way is good by Mara Ducklow.
Yeah, Mara
Ducklow. One to watch.
Yeah, she's averaging 14 points a game.
Best gets it out to Shipman. She put up the three and answers right back. We're tied at 5. And we get a foul being called on Barstead. Trying to knock the ball away, but got more arm than ball that time.
Both teams coming out fast and hard.
Yeah, you thought that boys' game was fast-paced. Inbound pass is not under control by anybody. Barstead finally gets the ball, gets it over to Bovey. Bovey takes it down, puts it down along the baseline to Best, puts up the shot, no good. Shipman gets the rebound, puts it back up and in.
Quick 5 points for Shipman.
Vikings putting on a press. and Barstead gets bumped out of bounds. And so we're going to get a foul on Lydia Hannock for Spring Valley. Best has it between the circles. To Barstead, into the lane to Shipman, puts it up and in. Vikings up 9-5. That was a movie out of the 80s, right?
9-5. 9-5.
Dolly Parton. Thomas with it. They get it out high. Feed it over to Flanders on the left side. Back out high to Hannock. Over to Flanders. She passes it over to the right side to Thomas. To Ducklow on the right. Takes it into the lane. Puts a shot up. Rolls off the rim. No good. Rebound taken down. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul.
Late whistle.
And the foul is going to be on Haley Thomas.
Full court press by Spring Valley.
Down the floor comes Best, feeds it into the lane to Barstead, who lays it up and in. That was a nice looking play that time. Best saw Barstead down there and just bounced past to her, and Barstead took it right up, and it was nice and smooth. Out of bounds, last touch by the Vikings. Ducklow has it in the backcourt, being guarded by Best. Picked up by Bertram Schofield. Takes it across the timeline on the right side, but she carried the ball.
Good defense by Emily Bertram Schofield.
One thing we've noticed about her, even back to last year, she's not afraid to get in somebody's face. Best on the dribble. Takes it across the timeline. Now down to the free throw line, getting harassed, and we're going to get a foul called on Haley Thomas. That's her second.
Yeah, that's a quick 2 for her.
And we do have a substitute coming in, Thomas having a seat. Into the lineup is Schaefer. Ball comes in to Bertram Schofield, who lays it up and in. 13-5, Vikings on top. Inbound pass gets stolen by Bovey to Bertram Schofield, lays it up, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds, and it's going to be Viking ball. Ball comes into Barstead, shot goes up, it's no good. Rebound taken down. And Ducklow trying to find somewhere to go with it. And timeout was called by Spring Valley. So with a timeout on the floor, it's Vikings 13, Spring Valley 5, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380. Back here at Colfax, Spring Valley with the ball. Now they bring it across the timeline. Flanders with it. Gets it out to the top of the key. They tried to feed it down underneath to Schaefer, but it was over her head, not a bounds, but it was touched by the Vikings. Flanders with it. Feeds it into Ducklow, takes it in the lane, puts a shot up, it's no good. Rebound by Bovey. Bovey quickly down the floor. Takes it into the lane, feeds it underneath to Shipman, who lays it up and in. Vikings still in that press. Ducklow with it. Gets trapped in the backcourt. Shipman takes the ball, takes it to the hoop. It goes up and gets it and draws the foul.
McKenna Shipman already with 11 points.
And we have several substitutes coming in. Ainsley Olsen in and Molly Hydorn. Shipman's shot is good. And we have Jeanette Hajdukovic coming in for Shipman. Flanders looking for somewhere to go, and we get a 5-second violation. The ball's going to go back over to the Vikings.
Yeah, I was looking over to see if the coach was going to call timeout, but I think he wants to hold on to him yet.
Hydorn, high pass into Best. Best at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Hajdukovic on the left. To Barstead, to Hajdukovic in the lane. Puts it up. She kind of overshot at that time, but she got fouled in the process. Could be why the ball went so far up.
I think the foul was on 4. Maybe? Yep.
Paige Peabody. It's her first personal. Shot by Hajdukovic is good. That's the 5th foul on Spring Valley. Hajdukovic's second shot is off the iron, no good. Rebound off of Spring Valley. It'll go over to the Vikings as it went out of bounds. Went off of Peabody. Looked kind of like it maybe went off her hip. Inbound pass tapped out of bounds by Ducklow. Hydorn inbounds it, gets it to Best. She's covered by Ducklow. High pass to Barstead. Barstead turns around, tries to put the ball up. Ball gets taken away by Ninneman. And down the floor comes Vanis, and she walked with it.
Yeah, good job by Colfax to get back and play defense.
Barstead looking to inbound. Spring Valley with a lot of pressure. Pass goes in, and we have a loose ball on the floor. Hydorn was going after it, but she got fouled.
See if it's on 14. Yep.
That's Charlie Vanis. It's her first personal. 6th foul. Vikings will be in the bonus after this. Inbound pass to Olsen, lays it up and in. Ainsley Olsen with the layup.
Her first 2 points.
Inbound pass to Peabody. She gets it back to Ducklow. Ducklow across the timeline. Over on the right side. Gets it out to Schaefer. And we have a jump ball. Barstead to inbound, gets it to Hydorn. Hydorn across the timeline to Barstead. Over to the left side to Best, to Hajdukovic, to Barstead. To Hajdukovic, passed up, a shot underneath, but got it out to Hydorn. Rebound by Barstead. Hajdukovic pushes that one up, it's no good. Jeanette Hajdukovic passed up a wide open shot. Ninneman with it, gets it down into the left corner to Ducklow. Ducklow at the top of the key, puts the shot up, it rattles around and in.
Ducklow with 5 points.
5 of their 7. Here comes Best down the lane. She puts the shot up. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound by Vanis. But ball gets taken away by Best. To Hydorn out high. And we're going to get a whistle. And I think we have a foul on Ducklow. Yes. For grabbing on the arm. That's her first personal.
Yeah, Ducko bailed her out there.
Yeah.
She was triple teamed.
So Molly Hydorn at the line. Shot is up and good, so she gets the bonus shot. 22-7, Vikings on top. Second shot on the way, it's good. 23-7. Ball comes into Peabody. To Ninneman. To Vanis. To Hannock. And the ball gets stolen by Shipman. Shipman tries to feed it to Hajdukovic. Now they get it to Olsen from the corner. She hit a three with nothing but net. And we're going to get a timeout call by Spring Valley. Timeout on the floor. It's Vikings 26, Spring Valley 7. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings. And we're back here at Colfax High School. Vikings back out on the floor. We're waiting for Spring Valley after that timeout. Vikings on top, 26-7, 11:32 to go in half number one. Ninneman inbounds it. She gets it to Hannock. Back to Ninneman. She gets it up across the timeline to Peabody. Peabody down into the right corner, being guarded closely. Now she gets it over and up and in by Thomas. 26-9. Bovey with it. Gets it over to Shipman on the right side. She takes it to the top of the key to Bovey on the left. Three-pointer on the way, and she hit the three. Jillian Bovey.
Her first 3 points.
Down the floor comes Spring Valley. Feed it into the lane. Ball gets knocked loose. Bovey picks it up. Feeds it over to Hydorn. Out to Olsen. On the left. Gets it out to Bovey at the top of the key. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Hajdukovic with the rebound. Gets it to Shipman, and she puts it up and in. 31-9. Spring Valley brings it back down the floor. It's Peabody on the right side. Feeds it underneath to Hannock. Or Thomas, check that. Shot goes up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Shipman. Way down the floor to Hajdukovic. She feeds it back out to Olsen. Olsen into the lane, a little bit too high for Shipman. Spring Valley has it. Vanis with it across the timeline. Back out to Ninneman. And they get it over to Hannock. To Peabody. Underneath to Thomas. Thomas feeds it down low to Peabody, puts it up and in.
2 points for Peabody.
Bovey with it. Feeds it underneath. Then they kick it out to Olsen. Three-pointer on the way off the back of the iron. Hajdukovic with the rebound, puts it up and in. Spring Valley coming down the floor. That was Hannock. Dribbled her way out of some trouble. Puts the shot up. It's no good. Rebound. Put back up and in. No, it doesn't go in. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Hydorn with it. Takes it over to the left side. Now back out to the top of the key. Over to the right side to Shipman. To Olsen on the baseline. Puts a shot up. partially blocked, and ball taken away by Vanis. Down the floor comes Spring Valley, and ball goes out of bounds. We have a hockey line change for the Vikings. 5 in, 5 out. Goodell with the ball. Gets it across the timeline on the right side. Tries to feed it to Aaliyah Reen, and the ball got knocked out of bounds by Spring Valley.
Yeah, Goodell kind of did the double take there. Didn't really want to throw it, but it was already going out of her hands.
Ball comes into Best. Over to Barstead. Out to Bertram Schofield. Drives to the baseline on the left side, lays it up and in.
Good ball fake by Emily Bertram Schofield.
So Spring Valley with the ball. Across the timeline. They feed it over to Vanis, who tries to get it down underneath and just misconnected on the pass. And it's Vikings ball. Goodell with the ball. She brings it down across the timeline. Over to Bertram Schofield on the left. To Barstead on the left wing. Gets it back out high to Reen. To Best on the left side. Takes it down to the left baseline. Shot blocked from behind by Ducklow. Went out of bounds. Nice block by Ducklow that time. Goodell feeds it in to Barstead. Puts the shot up and in. Maddie Barstead with 6 points for the night. Down the floor comes Ducklow. Feeds it down underneath. Shot goes up. It's no good. That was a shot by Schaefer. Now a shot by Schaefer again. And the putback this time by Thomas is good. Down the floor comes Jasmine Best. Feeds it off to the right side to Reen. Pass to Bertram Schofield. Puts it up and in. Emily Bertram Schofield with a nice little spin move in the lane. Put the shot in. This is Hannock. Puts a shot up for Spring Valley. It doesn't go, but she draws the foul. Foul's on Barstead. It's her second. Second team foul on the Vikings. Hannock's shot is good. Second shot on the way. It's good.
That's her first 2 points of the night.
Best on the dribble. Down across the timeline. Takes it over to the right side. Gets it back out to Goodell. Puts up the three. It's no good. And Spring Valley comes down with it. Thomas gets it over to Flanders. To Ducklow from the left side. Puts it up. No good. Rebound taken down by Reen. To Barstead. Quickly down the floor. She tries to go up with it, and we're going to get a jump ball called. Spring Valley getting ready to inbound. They get it into Ducklow. Right through the center circle. Down the right side of the lane. Pass gets tipped, but Spring Valley picks it up. Flanders has it. Cross-court pass over to Ducklow. Ducklow on the right side. Gets it out high to Hannock. Hannock over to the right side. And to Schaefer. Schaefer tries to drive to the lane. Can't do it. Gets it to Flanders. Flanders' shot is no good, and Schaefer's got the rebound. We got a tie up underneath and a jump ball. It was Schaefer and Reen all tied up there.
Spring Valley goes full court press. Then they backed off.
And Goodell brings it down the floor. Feeds it over to the right side to Bertram Schofield. She drives into the lane, goes to the hole, puts it in. Quickly down the floor now comes Spring Valley. Feeding it down underneath to Schaefer. Shot goes up, no good. Schaefer chases it down, taps it over to Hannock. Shot goes up and in. Lydia Hannock. (41-17), Vikings on top. Best on the dribble. Gets it over to Reen. Her shot is no good. Bertram Schofield on the rebound. Takes it into the lane. Shot's a little bit short. Ducklow comes away with it for Spring Valley. Ducklow trying to go down the right side, and we're going to get a foul on Best.
That's her first.
Third team foul on the Vikings. Ducklow to inbound for Spring Valley. She gets it in to Peabody, back to Ducklow.
Starters back in for Colfax.
To Peabody, to Hannock. Over to Ducklow from the left side. Shot short. Putback is up and in. That was Vanis, I believe. No, they're saying it went off. Thomas made that shot. Bovey with a three, no good. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by Spring Valley. And the ball was hungry because it rolled out to the concession stand.
Ooh, that sounds kind of good.
Yeah, I was down there. I think they burned the popcorn this time, Dan.
Cajun.
There you go. Ball gets inbounded, and the Vikings have it on the left side from the left corner. Bertram Schofield hit the three. Emily Bertram Schofield with a three-pointer.
She has 11.
And we're going to get a foul called on Shipman.
That's her first.
A little bit of a reach across the body and made contact as she was trying to knock the ball away. Ducklow feeds it in underneath, and the shot is no good by Vanis, but she drew the foul.
See if we get Best or Shipman.
And it was on Best. It's her second. Fifth team foul on the Vikings. Vanis at the line for two. First shot is up and in. And the second shot on its way. Off the front of the iron. Rebound taken away by the Vikings. Bovey with it. Feeds it down underneath the Shipman, who lays it up. It won't go in. Put back by Bertram Schofield is no good. Spring Valley with the rebound. Down the floor they come. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds, but it was last touched by Spring Valley.
Again, good job by Colfax to get back and play defense. Get the turnover.
Bovey with it. She gets it in to Best. Best across the timeline. Takes it around the horn, over to the right side. Now to Bovey, three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound by Bertram Schofield. To Best, puts up the three. No, the putback is up and in by Bovey.
She's got 5 points.
46-20, Vikings on top. Ducklow on the dribble. She picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Vanis, who then feeds it over to Peabody. To Ducklow. Back out high to Peabody. Peabody to Thomas. Thomas puts the shot up, no good. Rebound by Bertram Schofield. Down the floor comes the Vikings. Feed it out to Best, three-pointer on the way. She hit the three-pointer. Jasmine Best with a three.
A little slow defense there on Spring Valley, left Best open.
A lot of pressure right now by the Vikings, putting on full court pressure. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Viking ball.
Let's see if coach calls timeout. Nope. Yep.
And yes, he did. So we have a timeout on the floor. Vikings 49, Spring Valley 20, 2:47 to go in the first half, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas, and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFem is a slam dunk. That's FitFem Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, and tonight it looks like the well-balanced nutrition that FitFam can give you, that the Viking girls probably drank some of that because they're doing well tonight. 49-20, they're on top. They inbound the ball. Best has it at the top of the key to Barstead on the right. To Bertram Schofield in the lane. Back out to Barstead. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound taken away by Thomas. She's being harassed by Shipman. Gets it out to Vanis. Vanis double team, but gets it across the timeline to Peabody. Thomas has it, and we have a whistle.
Foul on Maddie Barstead.
That's her third. And looks like we're going to bring Olsen in for Barstead. We have the inbound pass intercepted by the Vikings. Bovey takes it down to the baseline on the right side. Tries to feed it underneath, and we're going to get an offensive foul being called against Bovey. She kind of shoved her sitter-downer into
late
the
call.
Defensive player.
Yeah, late call. But that was the correct call.
Pass comes in, and it's Hannock with it. Feeds it down underneath to Thomas, puts a shot up, it's no good. And Thomas was standing.
That was blocked by Bovey.
And evidently it went out of bounds before Thomas touched it, because Spring Valley has it. They get it into Hannock, who couldn't control the pass. It goes out of bounds, so the Vikings will get it. Bovey with it. Best brings it across the timeline, between the circles, over to Bovey on the right. To Shipman, three-pointer comes up short. And Bertram Schofield tried to get it. She did a pretty good job of saving it, except that when she launched herself, her toe was out of bounds. She kind of knew it. She was laughing when they blew the whistle.
Good hustle.
Hannock with it. She gets a double team, and they force her to step out of bounds. Vikings will have the ball. Bovey to inbound. Gets it into Best. They get it over to the left side. Shipman takes it into the lane, tries to go up, draws the foul. And that foul is going to be on Ninneman. It's her first, eighth team foul. First shot is no good.
Yeah, Shipman, she's been living at the baseline all night.
She's got 14. Trying to make it 15 right here. Shot goes up, no good. Olsen with the rebound, puts the shot back up and in. That's 7 points for Ainsley Olsen tonight. Down the floor comes Spring Valley. Hannock has it. Feeds it down underneath. Ball gets tipped away by Olsen. They get it over to Hydorn, who brings it across the timeline. Hydorn at the top of the key. Feeds it over to Olsen on the right side. Olsen feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic. Back out to Shipman. Shipman's shot is no good. Rebound taken away by Vanis. They get it over to Ninneman. Ninneman on the right side. Gets it to Peabody. Peabody back out to Ninneman. Three-pointer. No good. Rebound being battled for. And Vanis. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. And that foul is on Jeanette Hajdukovic.
Her first.
First shot is up and good. Charlie Vanis. Second shot, no good. Rebound. Taken down by the Vikings. Shipman takes it into the lane. Puts it up and lays it in. We have 34 seconds to go in the half. Vikings up 53-21. Across the timeline comes Hannock. Hannock tries to feed it into the lane. Ball taken away. Olsen on the dribble. Gets it over to Hydorn. Takes it across the timeline. 16 seconds remaining in the half.
Gonna settle for one shot. Probably ISO somebody.
Feeding it into the lane to Olsen. Lays it in! 55-21. Emily Bertram-Schofield steals the inbound pass. They say, no, that basket's not going to count. But it's halftime. And the score at half. Vikings 55, Spring Valley 21. We have Viking halftime coming up, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and because I haven't said it all night, Viking TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Nick Jensen, junior here at Colfax High School. Nick, we know that you play basketball, but are you involved in some other activities here at school?
I partake in student council, FFA, and, I like to get into activities as much as I can to try to lead the school.
Okay, so when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has that been for you?
We started about third grade, and I've had really a lot of fun, a lot of hard work. I love my teammates. I've had a good group of juniors with me my whole career, and hopefully we can have some good years left.
And what's the most important thing that you've learned playing basketball?
Probably hard work and being physical.
Okay, so when you're not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that you're interested in that keep you occupied?
Definitely, I work a lot, and I like to go spend time with my football team and lift in the mornings, so I stay busy.
Okay, some rapid-fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
The flavor?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, the All-American standby, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite color and why?
Orange, because it's my hair color.
All right, that'll work. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would that be and why?
Flying.
Why?
I don't know, because I want to get places fast.
Okay. Now, with a superpower like that, of course, you have to have a superhero name. So what's Nick's superhero name?
The Red Rocket.
Red Rocket. Okay. Favorite NBA team?
Bucks.
And favorite collegiate team?
Badgers.
All right. And we're talking with Nick Jensen here on Viking Profile. And Nick, what are your plans for after high school?
I most likely will be attending River Falls for agricultural business and taking over the farm.
All right. And how about a shout out to the family?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for helping me, motivate me to go to practice, and my sisters that go to Eau Claire and lacrosse for always pushing me to do better.
Okay. And when people watch Viking games, where are they going to find Nick Jensen on the floor?
Most likely at center, getting rebounds.
Owning the paint.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We want to thank Nick Jensen for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcast Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics kept a low profile during the holiday break. The only team in action was the Bloomer Colfax Wrestlers. They competed at the Northern Badger Tournament in River Falls on December 29th and 30th. 4 wrestlers placed in the tournament for Bloomer Colfax. Capturing 12th at 220 pounds was Sammy Espinal. Placing 9th at 170 pounds was Ethan Rubenzer. Taking 3rd place at 145 pounds was Luke Blanchard, who defeated David Olson from St. Croix Central on a 3-0 decision. The top finisher for Bloomer Colfax was Bowen Rothbauer, who wrestled to 2nd place at 160 pounds. He was defeated in the championship match by Cole Marco from St. Croix Falls on an 11-3 decision. Prior to the Northern Badger, the wrestlers traveled to Boyceville to take on the Bulldogs on December 16th. The Bulldogs had the upper hand on that day, defeating Bloomer Colfax 54-24. The next day, the 17th, the wrestlers went to Cameron for a multi-duel event where they finished the day with 2 wins and 2 losses. The Cameron Comets defeated Bloomer Colfax 60-22, but then Bloomer Colfax bounced back to defeat Prescott 36-30. The Durand Panthers upended Bloomer Colfax 46-36, and Bloomer Colfax finished the day on a high note by defeating Unity 42-18. Now this week, the Viking basketball teams get back underway with each team having 3 games. The Viking girls travel to Fall Creek on January 3rd. Then they host the Spring Valley Cardinals in Game 2 of a boys-girls doubleheader on Thursday, followed by hosting the Hayward Hurricanes on Saturday. We are carrying all 3 games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking boys will host the Turtle Lake Lakers on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, they will take on the Augusta Beavers in Game 1 of that boy-girl doubleheader. That will be followed on Friday with the boys traveling to Boyceville to take on the Bulldogs. We will also have those 3 games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, coming up next week, the Bloomer Colfax Wrestlers will take on the Stanley Boyd Orioles in a dual meet at Colfax High School on January 11th. Then on Saturday the 15th, the Grapplers travel to Ladysmith for the Ladysmith Invitational. The Viking boys basketball team will have 3 games next week. On Monday the 10th, they will host the Levistrum Cardinals. On Thursday the 13th, the boys will host the Spring Valley Cardinals. And then on Friday the 14th, they will host the Somerset Spartans. The Viking girls are scheduled for 2 games next week. On Tuesday, the 11th, the girls will battle for first place in the Dun St. Croix Conference when they travel to Elk Mound to take on the Mounders. Then on Friday the 14th, the girls will travel to Plum City High School, where they will take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. We currently plan to carry all 5 Viking basketball games next week on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, the annual FFA conference runs this Friday and Saturday, and the Dorian Vocal Music Festival runs from Sunday the 9th through the 11th. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of January 2nd through the 8th.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
And we're back here at Colfax High School as soon as we get our picture back. And Jeff is confused. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a real quick time out. There we go, we got the picture back, but we're going to take a quick time out anyway. And we'll have second half action right after this on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
Spring Valley to inbound the ball to start the second half. Vikings on top, 55-21. They get it in to Thomas. Feeds it over to Flanders on the right. Then out high to Hannock, who takes it over to the right side. To Thomas. Back to Hannock. Over to Flanders. She takes it back over to the left side. She's high, wide, and left. Being guarded by Bertram Schofield. Feeds it to Thomas, who lays it up and in. 55-23. Inbound pass to Shipman. Shipman across the timeline. Feeds it underneath the Bertram Schofield. Lost the handle on it. Picked up by Spring Valley. Ducklow with it. She gets it over to Vanis. Then to Flanders. Flanders is on the left side there. Now out high to Hannock. She takes it around to the left wing. Turns, moves towards the baseline, feeds it out to Thomas, puts up a three, no good. Rebound, kind of guided out of bounds that time by Ducklow.
Good defense by Colfax.
Bovey with the dribble in the backcourt, being covered by Hannock. Across the timeline, gets it to Best. Best feeds it over to Bertram Schofield, back out to Bovey, over to Best. She's high, wide, and right to Shipman on the right side of the lane. Out to Barstead from the top of the key. She hit the three! Maddie Barstead with the three. 58-23.
Maddie's got a 8.
Down the floor comes Hannock. Hannock feeds it over to the left side. That's Flanders. Into the lane to Ducklow. Ducklow to Thomas on the right. Thomas took an extra step when she stopped. And the worst part of that, if you're going to take that extra step, don't slam your foot on the floor in the process. That makes the referee make sure he hears it. Best with the ball up across the timeline. Feeds it over to the right side to Shipman and to Best. Best lost the handle that time. Picks it up, gets it out to Barstead, over to Bovey, to Bertram Schofield. Back out to Best. Takes it down the side of the lane and lays it up. It's no good. Bertram Schofield. We get a jump ball. She had the ball, but as she was trying to turn to get free, Ducklow got her hands on it. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings. And Shipman lays it up and in on the inbound pass.
McKenna Shipman with 18.
Down the floor comes Ducklow. And the ball gets taken out of her hands by Barstead. Feeds it down to Shipman. Lays it up and puts it in. McKenna Shipman with 20, and we have a timeout by the Spring Valley Cardinals. Vikings 62, Cardinals 23. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give you bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Back here at Colfax High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Jeff Gust on the camera. Game 2 of our doubleheader. In Game 1, the Viking boys came away victorious over the Augusta Beavers, 82-70.
Yeah, that was a good game. If you get a chance, go back and watch it.
So the Beavers inbound the ball. Ducklow has it at the top of the key, feeds it over to the right side to Hannock. Now back out high, then into the lane to Thomas. Now to Ducklow, three-pointer from the right side. She hit it. Mara Ducklow with the three. Best brings it up across the timeline. Over to Shipman. To Best. To Bovey. Bovey gets it out to Shipman. Shipman from the free throw line. Puts it in.
Nice little jumper.
64-26. Shipman with 22. I think her season high is 24. Ducklow with it. Ball gets tapped away. It goes out of bounds. Best tapped it away. And hockey line change coming up for the Vikings here. Let's see. We have Olsen, Hajdukovic, Reen, Heidorn, and Goodell. Ball comes in. It's high to Hannock. She feeds it over on the left side to Flanders. Back out to Hannock. And back to Flanders on the left. Feeding it underneath to Thomas. She's at the baseline. Gets it over to Ducklow on the left or on the right. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound. Olsen had it.
Jump ball or foul? Foul. 14. Charlie Vance.
Foul was on Vanis. She was challenging Olsen for the rebound. Olsen had position. That's the advantage when you box out. Feed underneath to Hajdukovic. Tries the hook shot. It doesn't go. Ball's loose on the floor. Olsen picks it up, kicks it out to Heidorn. Heidorn with a three. No good. Rebound Goodell. She gets it out to Olsen. Olsen drives into the lane. Feeds it over to Heidorn. Back over to Olsen. Olsen high riding left. Now over to Reen. Reen with a three-pointer, no good. Rebound taken away by Spring Valley. Flanders. Hannock on the dribble on the right side. Gets it out to Thomas. Underneath. Shot is no good by Vanis. And the Vikings come away with it. Hydorn to Olsen. Olsen to Hajdukovic. To Goodell. Feeding it to Olsen underneath. Gets it back out to Hydorn. Hydorn over to Reen.
She needs some help. But it's
Ball
tipped.
got tipped. Hydorn goes and grabs it. Brings it back into the forecourt. Feeds it down to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic with the jumper, and she hit it. Jeanette Hajdukovic with the two.
She's got 5 points.
66-26. Vikings up by 40. Ducklow with it. They take it around the right side to Thomas at the top of the key. Feeds it to the right side of the lane to Hannock. Hannock in the land of the Giants. Couldn't do anything with it. Gets it out to Ducklow. Ducklow puts the shot up. It's no good. The putback shot is good. That was by Thomas.
She's got 8 points.
Well, according to the official score, they say 10.
Oh.
Green with it. Gets it to Olsen. Olsen to Hydorn, and we're going to get a travel called on Goodell. (66-28). Into the lineup for Spring Valley is Lily Ninneman. Giving Flanders a bit of a break. Hannock with it. Gets it to Peabody. Pass into the lane, got knocked away, and we're going to get a whistle. There's a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Spring Valley. And the ball goes out of bounds on the inbound pass. So the Vikings will get it.
I don't know if we're supposed to be in running time or not. Not yet.
Not yet. So the Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Hydorn feeds it down underneath. They get it to Olsen, who lays it up, and it goes in. Ainsley Olsen.
She's having
with
a big
11
night.
points. Underneath, the shot is no good, intended by Vanis. Hydorn with it, between the circles. Takes it over to the left side, gets it to Olsen between the circles. To Goodell, on the left side. Back out to Olsen at the free throw line. She drives into the lane, puts a shot up. It doesn't go, but she draws the foul.
Yeah, strong move there by Ainsley Olsen to go to the line.
The foul's on Charlie Vanis. It's her third. Olsen at the line for two. First one's on the way and good. And Jeff was just informing us that it will be running clock once it gets down below 9 minutes because the Vikings are over that 40-point threshold. Second shot, no good. Hannock brings it across the timeline for Spring Valley. She gets it over to Schaefer. Over to the right side to Ninneman. Feeds it into the lane to Schaefer, but it gets taken away by the Vikings. Hydorn with it. Across the timeline. Feeds it down to Reen. Puts the shot up. Off the top of the glass. Rebounded by Hajdukovic, and it's good. 71-28. Ninneman with it, gets it over to Hannock, who feeds it down to Schaefer. Schaefer on the left side. Bounce pass into the lane to the other Schaefer. That's Maddie Schaefer. Now we have Hannock. Hannock tries to feed it into the lane, and the ball gets knocked away by the Vikings. Down the floor come the Vikings. Hydorn with it. Stops at the top of the key, feeds it to Olsen. Gets it to Hajdukovic, who gets it back to Olsen. To Hydorn. Over to Reen on the right. To Olsen on the left. Down to Hydorn in the left corner. Feeds it to Hajdukovic in the lane. Back out to Goodell from the top of the key. Shot's no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up. It's no good. Hajdukovic inbounds it to Olsen. Drives into the lane, puts it up. It does not go. And down the floor comes Spring Valley. Hannock with it. Gets it over to Ninneman. Now over to the right side to Peabody. Back out to Ninneman, then to Hannock. Long shot, no good. Rebound taken out by Hydorn. Feeds it to Olsen. Olsen drives into the lane, puts a shot up, it rolls around and off. Ball chased down by Goodell. She tries to get it. She can't, but Lydia Hannock caught it right before she slid out of bounds.
Yeah, good hustle by Colfax on both ends of the floor.
J.C. Bovey into the lineup for the Vikings. She gets it over to Hajdukovic. To Goodell. And the shot goes up, and it's good.
J.C. Bovey with their first 2 points.
And down the floor come the Vikings, laying it up. It's no good. Second shot is up, and it's good. We'll get you a name for that player before too long. Spring Valley with it. Ball gets tipped around. Ball gets tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be Spring Valley ball. Or no, check it, it's going to be Viking ball. That's Jada Anderson out there. Vikings have it. Reen gets it out to Goodell. Goodell with a three-pointer off the glass, around, won't go down. Rebound, Anderson with it, puts it up and in.
Jada Anderson with 4 points.
That's 2 trips down the floor, 2 baskets. She's got a hot hand. Driving is Charlie Vanis. She kicks it out. Shot is no good. Rebound taken away by Vanis. Tries to go up with it, and she draws the foul on Reen.
Is that her first?
That's the first team foul on the Vikings this half. We are in running time.
Yep. First foul on Reen.
Shot is on the way. It's no good. Charlie Vanis at the line. Next shot is up and in.
She's got 5 points.
77-29, Vikings on top. Goodell feeds it to J.C. Bovey. Tries to get it out to Olsen, but the ball got tipped away by Spring Valley. Putting the shot up and no good. Olsen gets the rebound, and she got it taken away from her. And Vanis tries to go up with it, and we're going to get a foul called on. It's going to be on Olsen. was going to say, it's either going to be Olsen or Hajdukovic.
She's got 3 fouls.
No, they say only 1.
Oh, okay. What am I looking at?
The other team's number 14.
Okay.
You're not the only one who's made that mistake before. Shot is up and good by Charlie Vaness, the other team's number 14.
I've only been in this gym for, 3-4 years?
And the shot is up, no good. Rebound, taken out of there by Jada Anderson, runs the length of the floor, lays it up, it's no good. And quickly down the floor is Ducklow. Pass underneath, got blocked by Olsen, picked up by the Vikings. Anderson on the dribble. Tries to feed it over to Olsen, but the pass got intercepted. Lizzie Schaefer with the interception. Gets it to Ninneman. She's between the circles. Over to Ducklow. Ducklow to Peabody. Then over to Schaefer. And we have a travel. As Peabody thought about a jump shot, a pass, and by the time she made up her mind, she came back down again. Hajdukovic takes a seat. J.C. Bovey brings it down across the timeline. Gets it over to Reen. To Olsen, high, wide, and left. To Anderson. Anderson drives into the lane, tries to put it up. She goes to the floor, but she draws the foul in the process. So Jada Anderson is going to be shooting 2. Foul is on Charlie Vaness. This time it's the other team's 14. Hey. That's 4 on Vaness. First shot is up and good.
You know, I do believe everybody for Colfax has played tonight.
I'd be surprised if they hadn't. Second shot is up, and it's off the front of the iron. It goes out of bounds, and this time the hockey line change belongs to Spring Valley. But they're only doing a 4-and-4 change.
Nobody's in the penalty box.
Hannock brings it down the floor, across the timeline. Feeds it over to Lamb, who then gets it into the lane. They kick it out to Peabody, and her shot is no good, but she got fouled by Jada Anderson. It's her first personal, 3rd team foul. Paige Peabody at the line. First shot is up, no good. And we have a timeout before her second shot. Timeout on the floor. It's Viking 77 and Spring Valley 30. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School Girls Basketball. Our next game will be on Saturday, January 8th when the Vikings travel to Hayward to take on the Hayward Hurricanes. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pre-game at 2:10 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Girls Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Saturday, January 8th.
And the second shot by Paige Peabody is good. And a correction on that ad on that Vikings game, girls game on Saturday, that's not at Hayward, it's right here in Colfax. Everything else is correct. Minute 20 to go. Ball gets inbounded to J.C. Bovey, to Goodell, across the timeline to Olson. Olson between the circles, over to Bovey, to Reen, to Anderson, to Olson. They're running clock.
Under a minute to go.
I think this is one of the first things the Vikings learn how to do, is to run the clock in this situation. Olson's got it. Anderson. To Reen, to Bovey, to Goodell. 38 seconds. Olson with it. To Reen, to Bovey, to Goodell, to Anderson. 25 seconds. To Reen, to Olson, to Bovey, to Anderson. Anderson over to Reen, to Goodell. Ball gets knocked away, and down the floor goes Hannock, and she lays it up and in. And that will be the final score. Vikings 77 and the Spring Valley Cardinals 34. Pretty lopsided game tonight, but the Vikings come out victorious and stay undefeated in the Dunn St. Croix Conference action. And we'll be back with Viking postgame right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Girls Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking postgame, with a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. There. Jeff was a little late on the button pressing there. It's easy to get distracted after a game like this. Vikings come out 77-34 on top, unbeaten in the Dunn St. Croix Conference.
We always think we're in control. Jeff has
Jeff's
the button.
got control. Yeah, he's totally in control of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Colfax had this game right from the beginning. They were relentless on their defense and their press, and they got Spring Valley turning the ball over quite a bit right away, and they got up real quick.
Well, I was going to have you do the scoring, but it looks to me like we have Coach Serrar coming up right away. And we'll turn that to there. And with us right now is Coach Serrar. Kind of what you thought might happen.
Yeah, I knew if we came ready to play right from the start that, you know, they were going to have a hard time keeping with us. And, you know, we showed right away that, you know, we mean business. And I was proud of the way that we, you know, put them away right from the start.
And you did exactly that. And the girls played their game to do it. And very aggressive and high-paced. And Spring Valley just wasn't able to keep up. They have Mara Ducklow, but one girl can't keep up when you've got not only the 5 on the floor, but you've got another 7 sitting on the bench there that can come off and pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. You know, credit to Mara. I think she's a great player. But yeah, like you said, our starting 5 is very good, and our bench kids are wonderful as well. So when we get everything clicking on, you know, the same page, I think, you know, we're tough to beat. We'll be a tough out for somebody. Yeah, and I'm hoping, you know, that moving into the end of January that we're, you know, playing our best basketball and continue to get better.
And of course, you continued to give opposing coaches headaches because, again, a lot of girls got into the scoring picture and with a lot of points. And so if I were an opposing coach, I'd be, who on earth do I focus my attention on? Yeah, you've got a couple girls that everybody's going to draw their attention. But the minute they start looking at those girls, someone else is going to step up and do something.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, our starting 5 is, yeah, we have lots of kids who can put the ball in the basket. So, yeah, we're a tough matchup, like I said, and I'm excited to see what this team can do.
Okay, so it's Hayward on Saturday.
Yep, Hayward on Saturday. JV plays at 1 o'clock. Varsity plays at 2:30.
Very good. We'll be here, and good luck in that one. Thank you for stopping by. We'll have more of Viking postgame right after this timeout.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And once again, we're back here at Colfax High School. And hopefully Jeff will press his button real soon.
See?
Yeah.
We don't have control over here.
No, not at all. All right, so you can see on the scoreboard that's on your screen that the Vikings came out on top 34-77.
It's just nighttime outside.
There
we are.
Yeah, there we are. Dan, why don't you tell us how this game came out this way?
Yeah, here's the scores for Spring Valley tonight. They're led by number 41, Hallie Thomas, with 10 points, followed by Mara Ducklow with 8. We had Charlie Vaness and Lydia Hannett with 6, and Paige Peabody had 4. For the Colfax Vikings, this is going to take me a while.
All right.
Their leading scorer tonight was number 42, McKenna Shipman. She had 22 points, followed by Emily Burcham-Schofield with, Ainsley Olsen with 12. Emily Burcham-Schofield at 11. We had Jeanette Hajdukovic with 7. We had Jillian Bovey with 5. We had Jasmine Best with 3. We had Jada Anderson. That might be her first performance. I don't know if I've seen her yet this year.
Not in a varsity game.
Yeah. She had 4 points. And we had Molly Hydorn and J.C. Bovey with 2 points each.
Okay, and that came out to 77-34. It's been quite the night of basketball for us here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. We had the boys coming away victorious, so it's been a good night for Viking basketball. The boys defeated Augusta 82-70 in a pretty impressive performance by them. And then the girls
basically taking care of business against Spring Valley, 77-34. Let's remind you that coming up, we have boys basketball right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, tomorrow night as they travel over to Boyceville to take on the Boyceville Bulldogs. That will be a Dunn St. Croix Conference game. Live coverage begins with Viking pregame at 6:55. That'll be followed by all the live play-by-play action from Boyceville High School on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also, don't forget to join us here on Saturday afternoon as the Viking girls will take on the Hayward Hurricanes. Live coverage will begin with Viking pregame at 2:10, and the play-by-play action will start at 2:25. That's Colfax Girls Basketball Saturday afternoon on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also, the Bloomer Colfax wrestling team will be in action on Tuesday, January 11th, when they host the Stanley Boyd Orioles right here at Colfax High School. And that gets underway at 7 o'clock, so we'd sure like to see some of you get out here and watch the boys wrestle. And as I've said all along, you can bring your phone along and watch our coverage of the girls against Elk Mound and the battle for first place in the conference as you're watching some really good wrestling. So I want to remind you again that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game, our games, have been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridges, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties. I was looking at something else here. Aaron's Custom Baling, Fit Fam Nutrition of Colfax, and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Make sure you stop by and thank those fine sponsors for being able to bring you Colfax Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. For Dan Petchow and Jeff Gus, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Viking girls 77, Spring Valley 34. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Girls game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.